Hello and welcome to this episode of In Conversation with Leaders. Today we have Janardharan Damaraju, Regional Head for India, joining us to speak about topics that matter. It's really nice to have you with us, Jia.
I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Thank you. And on that note, I'm going to ask you a very fundamental question, and I'm sure many of our colleagues have been wanting to understand more about it. The recent creation of two regions, India and CENIA, is a significant change for Sebic. What is the expectation from India as a region?
Let's start from the strategy. The strategic refresh for Sebic ambitions to reach double its current size. If you look at the focus on the markets, both these two regions are huge potential markets with the possibility of growth within 3 times at least in the CENA region, and India being a much bigger market, 4 to 5 times. And India provides some markets by nature due to its hydrocarbon deficit. And when all our customer industries grow a significant faster growth rate, the potential for chemical industry to grow to 4 to 5 times for Sebic and India is there an opportunity waiting to be taken.
Jared, I've heard you speak about this statement that for Sebic to register growth twice, India needs to grow 4 times. Could you elaborate a little more about this?
To start with, I think the potential for Sebic's growth in India is at least 4 to 5 times its baseline numbers. And we do not have to double exactly like Sebic's growth. We need to contribute a growth of 4 to 5 times to achieve those ambitions. And this actually led the ExCom to set a goal for us, which I would like to call it as Project 1, 2, 3. And 1 stands for 1 million tons of polymer business, 2 for chemicals business, and 3 for the nutrients business. This is very aggressive growth. And these are expected to be realized even before our major assets go on stream. And with this 6 million tons as a foundation, then we will be better prepared for them to leapfrog to the next level of growth when all our big assets come on stream.
Thank you. Since we are talking about priorities for India, in the same flow, just recently our CEO spoke about global priorities and the roadmap for 2025 during the global CEO town hall. How can Sebic in India enable these global priorities?
The CEO put it in a very nice matrix, 4 priorities and 4 values. To start with, of course, performance. When we have to translate it for us as India region, we need to exceed and excel. The operational excellence, which of course most of the time we consider that to be coming from the manufacturing, but we in the markets, we'll have to translate it to customer centricity. If you look at the growth from an investment point of view, it's clearly outlined the selective growth for investments can happen with KSA, the home market, China and India. Of course, when we do all of this, there has to be a value creation. This is not about ignoring the value for the sake of growth. So I think these priorities, when we translate for India, has very clear focus during our aggressive growth plan.
Let's also hear your opinion about what this new identity for India can really unlock when it comes to opportunities.
First of all, the timing was perfect. India had just logged in an 8% GDP growth, and this year would do at least close to 7%. The government of India's plans over the last 4 years had a very structured approach. First, it was huge investment in infra. Then it was followed by production-linked incentive, famously called as PLI, and that's about $25 to $30 billion. And on this year's annual budget, the Indian government focused on consumption with a huge tax break for all the citizens. And the ambition ties in with the manufacturing ambition for the country, which is to grow from 16% to 25%. And we, being a materials company, will benefit from all the manufacturing growth, particularly almost rocketed by the PLI benefits of $25 billion. Our opportunity is to position ourselves to capture this trajectory of fast growth of India in the coming years.
So, Jihad, that brings me to the next question that focuses on you. What excites you the most about nurturing and shaping India as a region?
Bringing it alive as a region is a challenge, but a real pleasure too. And I have done this, faced this before when the ROA, earlier it was called South Asia, was set up. And today, after more than 10 years, we had two strong regions, Greater China and the rest of Asia, leading all the businesses and functions to achieve aggressive growth, to translate the vision of XCOM into practice and execution is an opportunity all of us should love. The question is how? The question is answered. Clear goals, roadmap 1, 2, 3. There is a roadmap how to achieve this 1, 2, 3. And it is broken down into annual business plan. For example, in this year, we are hoping to reach almost 56% for the polymer goals, 70% with the chemical goals, and agri-nutrients anywhere close to 40% of exports. The Regional Business Council, of which Mr. Fahad Al-Bata is our sponsor, is enabling all the supports which are needed by all the businesses and functions to achieve these aggressive goals.
What is that one message do you have for our colleagues watching this episode today?
See, the question of some of this is repetitive every year, but these are foundational, fundamental, we cannot ignore. Safety, sustainability, value creation. But then on top of that, I would like to add, we need to do all of this with a sense of urgency. And how is by seamless interface. But I say seamless interface, the alignments have to happen with a sense of urgency and very seamlessly. On the other hand, being a new region, we need to have a sense of ownership as a region, have accountability for delivery of our goals, but also act as one Sebic chain globally.
Thank you for your time, Jihad. And for all our colleagues across India, we hope this episode brings deeper understanding about the roadmap ahead. Thank you for watching.